Geek Out!
Oh my god, I'm a little rusty. It's been a while.
Woo! Hello, and thank you everyone for joining us for yet another episode of our Geek Out podcast. My name is Spaniard, also known as Eddie, and with me, as always, the only person to get the newest Mortal Kombat 11 8 months later, just in time for the Joker expansion, your DC fanatic, TisaBoBeesa.
Fanatic here, yes. Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. Hello to the ones chatting at us on Facebook. It's good to be back. We took a little leave of absence due to our fabulous host, Spaniard, being a lot under the weather. He lost his voice.
Yes.
It was a nightmare, people. It was a nightmare. But
it was a nightmare. I'm here.
Feeling better.
So
we are here to entertain you.
Yes. That's exactly why we are here. Yeah. Unfortunately, I felt a bit ill, which is very weird because I'm not normally sick. As you can tell, we've been doing this podcast for over a year, and I've never been sick once. So, and then lo and behold, it happened. I'm getting old, but my wonderful wife took amazing care of me, so I have to praise her for putting up with me too, because I know I am very stubborn when it comes to being sick. Because I don't get sick often, and I hate it. So, yeah. So here we are.
The real MVP is Ava. Relationship goals.
Yes. Canned chicken soup for life. So we are back. There has been a shit ton of stuff that has happened, and TisaBoBeesa has been doing her homework both for the podcast and for her actual schooling for, her degree and whatnot. So, we've got some really cool stuff, to talk about. Hey, Tisa, you're really quiet compared to your counterpart. Sorry, trying to help. Okay. Let's see. We'll bump her up. Say something, Tisa. What about now? What about now, Christopher Taylor? Yes, I'm going to use your full name.
La 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 la.
She better now? All
right.
We're going to keep going until he says something. I mean...
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's better. Yeah, I hate being lower than you.
Yes.
I'm
Especially...
important too, damn it.
Damn it. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right. So there was some crazy stuff that you sent me actually on here throughout the duration of my illness. But you know what? I want to start off with this one. Lovely, he says. Okay. Well, I know my voice is lovely. We want to know about Tisa's, okay?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Please, don't flatter yourself. He's talking about me, okay? Obviously, I'm the one with the lovely voice.
Who has this crazy jazz radio tempoid voice that could just easily whisper into...
Moving on.
Okay. For the reals. Let's talk about this Firefly, because we actually had a dedicated episode, like when we first started way back when, about this. So from what you sent me, it says Fox is considering, which usually in television times means that they need money, a revival of Joss Whedon's Firefly.
Yes. I feel like this whole thing is kind of just, like you said, it's kind of up in the air. They don't have the funds for it. Maybe they don't even have the casting. But it's just that it's even being tossed around.
Yes,
Makes
like a rag doll.
So happy because I am a huge fan. For those of you who actually have listened to the podcast since the beginning, you know that I am a huge fan of Firefly. I love it. It's like space cowboys, sci-fi meets steampunk. I mean, they're smugglers and they're outlaws and they're just badasses, and I fucking love it. So, if you've never seen it before, check it out. I don't know exactly where it is, but I recommend. Highly, highly recommend. And unfortunately, when it was on the air, I still say this to this day, Firefly was way ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time. I feel like if it came out right now, it'd be a fucking huge smash hit. Like, dominate. It'd be so popular. But unfortunately, it came out a long time ago. I don't even remember what year it came out, but I just know it was forever ago. And it only lasted one season, and then it got yanked off the air. The actors, most of them anyway, went on to be very successful, including Nathan Fillion, who plays Malcolm Reynolds, the main character in Firefly.
Yes.
So you said, when I sent you this link, you were like pretty excited, but you said only if Nathan Fillion returns as Malcolm Reynolds. You wouldn't even consider watching this show.
Nope.
If he weren't in it.
Nope. I would not. And here's the reason why. Nathan Fillion, God bless him, he's a good person and a very, very, very excellent actor. And yes, the cast as a whole was terrific and spot on. And it's just a wonder why this didn't go through. Like, it's one of those mysteries where we see movies, they end up with like 17 sequels and no one asked for them. And then you have Firefly, whom I have yet to hear a person say anything negative. Maybe like, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. Okay, I got you. I understand. You have shit taste, but whatever. But, like, it's just one of those things. But, like, Nathan Fillion right now is one of those, like, timeless actors. Like, you want him in everything. Like, right now, everyone wanted him as the Uncharted. Remember that? To play
Right.
Nathan Drake. And they started going with this whole thing. That whole movie for Uncharted has gone through like 7 different directors and writers. And then this fan film came out with Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake, and everyone loved it. So that's my thing too. I feel like you need Nathan Fillion to head it just like he did way back then if you're going to do this right. If not, will people like you and I return just to see what it would be about? Sure. But why did it wait so long to do it without the cast that made it so great? Is my kind of thing. I just don't want it to turn into kind of a Lost in Space thing. Because Lost in Space, it just was not good. But the movie Lost in Space way back when was excellent. And if they made like something close to that, it would have been good, like really good. But I don't know what the fuck Netflix did with that series. But
I don't know either. I'm so glad you mentioned that because everyone keeps talking about Lost in Space. Tiffany's watching Lost in Space. I just couldn't get past it. It was dumb. I'm sorry.
It's shit acting. It's poor storytelling. It's just not good. There's like one good actor, maybe.
I didn't like it. So I'm glad that we agree on something for once. I wasn't a fan of Lost in Space either. So there's that. I don't know. I feel like Netflix is one of those things that it's either a hit or a miss. Like, they either nail the shit out of it and smash it out of the fucking galaxy, or it's like, they're like, fuck it, maybe somebody will watch it, and it sucks. So
True.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I was really excited that they were looking at reviving this old gem that I am obsessed with. So hopefully we can get Nathan back into Malcolm Reynolds' role and it'll be successful. Hopefully. I'm hoping. Crossing my fingers. If he doesn't come back, I'm not going to lie to you, Spaniard. I know you said you wouldn't watch it, but I fucking would totally watch it. Just because I need anything Firefly. And like just to satisfy the hole in my heart that has been missing for so long. But anyway, I'm not going to linger on this too much. I had to show it to you because I know you're a fellow Firefly fan.
Yes.
And there's so many questions about Firefly that weren't answered, Like, they made a movie, they made Serenity. We've talked about this in depth before. But it kind of blanketed some of the questions, but it didn't really give you what you wanted. So if they revive it, I hope that they continue on the story, kind of fill in some of the voids and just answer some of my questions, because that would be fantastic. So yeah, I was busy, last week since you were sick and I was kind of missing the podcast. I was busy kind of just digging up some interesting things. None of them correspond whatsoever. They're not related to anything. Just cool little quirky things that I thought was interesting. Like the idea for a Dance Dance Revolution movie. Okay, so I know that I'm showing my age here because I know that DDR was kind of a thing for when we were younger, and
right.
Some of these teenagers nowadays are like, what the fuck is Dance Dance Revolution? Like, I remember sweating my tits off playing that game. Like, I had it on PlayStation 2. I don't know if you remember this, Spaniard, but I had the mat that plugged into the PlayStation.
Oh, I remember.
And I would play DDR, like, every single day. Like, every day. And I loved it. But now, according to IGN, they are in the talking stages of creating a Dance Dance Revolution movie. How do you feel about this? Because I feel like it's a little strange, but it could be funny. I don't know. What do you think?
I think people literally are just running out of ideas for fucking movies. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I like DDR. I'm not. It's fun, and it was definitely fun back then. It's, I guess, to newcomers now, it's the equivalent of Beat Saber, right? I would feel.
Which, by the way, I played that for the very first time over Christmas break.
Mm-hmm.
It is so much fun, Spaniard.
Yes.
Have you ever tried it?
Absolutely, yeah. Oh yeah, I've tried it a few times.
Amazing, and so I love it. Yes, but you're right. It is very similar to Beat Saber on the Oculus, or the virtual reality goggles or whatever. So it's this almost the exact same thing, but instead of moving your feet, you're moving your arm. So
yes.
But yeah, DDR was a huge game back when we were younger, and I just don't understand how they would, turn this into an adaptation into film. Like, how and why and what. Like, every thought that comes through my brain that even remotely comes up with an idea for a DDR movie is so bad. Like, I just don't see how it would be a good movie.
Okay. So here is how I think the shit show could possibly do it. Hopefully they don't steal my idea, guys. Whoever's listening right now, just mark this down. This was my idea. So if they take it, I'm suing. Okay. The date is January 28th, 2020 at 9:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Spaniard, also known as Eddie. Find me on the Geek Out Podcast. Okay, I think I've covered myself enough. So, this is how I feel like this could be good. Okay? The movie is shot in a documentary style. Okay? And it is shot following live people doing DDR. They obviously have actors who portray it, but actually who can do it. Not, just actors who can act, and then they get some other person to do the DDR. They get the actual person to do that, right? And they make it to some kind of DDR high nerd arcade competition. And it follows documentary style, as far as, like you said, you were sweating your tits off, so it can go through struggles. It could go to being laughed at. Because how many videos have you seen of people in DDR, like, people getting laughed at? Especially when you see, like, the chubby kids holding on to the goddamn rail and their bellies coming out of their t-shirt and stuff like that, and they're going ham sandwich and stuff like that. But they're doing it. They're doing it. They're getting the points. They're doing it. They're pissing everybody off and stuff like that. Like, I think something like that could be very entertaining. But if they do it like an actual movie, or even try to do it like high effects, or some kind of crazy, like, you follow the steps into some kind of virtual world, like, I don't know, I just think this could be something simple that could be interesting to watch, not like a big kind of thing. But even then, to be completely honest, I still wouldn't watch it. So
dude, you just explained the story, or the plot to like Bring It On or something like that. Like, not documentary style, but the whole, competition kind of. It just makes me think of like those corny cheerleader movies, where they get this competition. It's like stupid, like nobody would ever do or say this drama, to each other. Just maybe like a teenager, like Adeline's age kind of movie, kind of like, hey, I'm gonna go out to the movies, Mom, like, can you drop us off? were 12 and 13 years old, maybe like that age group, but they don't know what DDR is. That's the thing. Like, that's why I say everything that I've ever thought of doesn't really make sense, because if they do it in that fashion, they're marketing to kids that never played DDR. It's like they have to do a demographic of people that actually played it and enjoyed it.
Right.
And I just don't see how that would come through. So we'll see if it even comes to light. I'm not sure. I just know that it was something that came across my feed, and I just had to talk about it, because it's so... You're right. They have to be running out of ideas, right? They have to be. Because how can you... It's almost like they're going through old video games and going, okay, can we make a movie out of this? Okay, we got Sonic. Okay, what's next? Okay, oh, DDR. We'll do a movie about DDR. Okay, what else? Crash Bandicoot? We can do a movie about that too. Spyro? Movie. Like, I just... like, I don't know. Because, I mean, you could only do so many reboots, right? I feel like the last 10 years has been just nothing but reboot. And now they're running out of reboots to do. So they're doing reboots of reboots. Like, do you know this?
Oh, trust me. I know this. It's happened ever since fucking Spider-Man. So, I mean... Instead of
reboots, they're moving on to video games. Which is fine by me, as long as you do it right, you know? And this... I don't know. Some video games just should... Out of all the fucking video games, Spaniard... Why DDR? Like, there's so many good ones that have great storylines that you could make a movie out of. Why would you use DDR? I just don't understand. But anyway, who knows? They might come up with something that would blow us out of the water.
I doubt it. I seriously doubt it.
I was waiting on it. I knew you were going to say it.
I have here's the thing. It's another reason too why I haven't. I'm going to start again, but it's another reason why I haven't done movie reviews in a while. Just because of the fact, like, when I go to a movie nowadays, like, when I watch it, I just don't feel that, like, newness. Like, I'm watching this movie, and yes, I'm excited for it, but when I go into it, I'm like, okay, this reminds me of this movie that I saw here. This looks like something that I saw here. And then, oh, this is exactly this storyline, just in a different universe. It's like, it's just one of those things where it's not worth talking about because I feel like I've talked about it before. So I really am hoping, you know, there's a lot of good movies. The first one this year that I'm looking forward to is Sonic. Because I feel just because of the change they did with the character for the CGI is well worth the time and effort for me as a gamer who loves Sonic to go watch it. So I'm stoked about that. But I do want new. Like, I wasn't even excited for the Dr. Dolittle movie with Robert Downey Jr. It looked like shit. I've heard it's shit. I haven't heard anyone say... No. I haven't heard any good things about it yet. But... it's not something that interests me because I'm like, okay, so I'm going to go watch Dr. Dolittle action. So, but it's Robert Downey Jr. So it's probably going to have some kind of Sherlock Holmes kind of thing into it because of his accent. And then, like, just some action adventure. And then just talking to animals. But it's like, I think if you wanted to do a reboot of that, you could have just made it, like, super simple. Like, I would have been fine with the veterinarian again story, honestly. But, you know, simple. Okay, but they made it into this huge thing, which... You know, how people are with CGI these days. They, like, either love it or hate it. So, I don't know. I know.
I don't really think of too much into that kind of stuff, honestly.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes. But these are people who know how to do fucking movies, okay? Studio Ghibli. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Studio Ghibli.
You were really excited about this.
I am not excited about it because... Fuck you, Netflix. So, Studio Ghibli films are coming to Netflix, but, and it's a huge fucking ass, like, we're talking, like, circumference of a fucking whale, but not in North America, Canada, and Japan. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So where is this gonna go to? Yeah. Like, fucking Brazil? Fucking Australia? Like, this is so stupid. This is so fucking stupid. The two biggest audience that Studio Ghibli has, fucking US and Japan. I don't know about Canada. But fucking Japan is not getting it on Netflix? I mean, I don't know. Maybe every person in Japan already has the films. I don't fucking know. But are you fucking serious? Like, this is so stupid. It's like, studio films are coming to Netflix. But, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This but is fucking huge. They should have just said, hey, everybody but you guys are getting Studio Ghibli films. That would actually make more sense. But
like, why am I even seeing this fucking article? Like, I don't even want to know. Don't tell me that the whole world, except for me and my good Asian friends in Japan, aren't gonna be able to see Studio Ghibli. Like, don't even tell me. Why are you even telling me? You know, it's annoying. It is nuts. It is. And from what I understand, Doorman was telling me about something, how they have some kind of contract lingering somewhere where it's supposed to be on some other streaming platform. So that's why it's not for us, for whatever in US. And it's contracting kind of like, you know, but I respect that. If you have a contract lingering for the US and Japan on another streaming site, fine. Don't fucking unleash the gates on Netflix then. Wait until that shit is out, you know, time out your contracts and then just open it to everything, right? Like, put it on Netflix for everybody. Because it's not like it's this teeny tiny little, you know, anime that no one's ever heard of. These are huge anime. This is Studio fucking Ghibli.
Award-winning.
Yeah, like... I don't know. I got a little annoyed at that because it was one of those things where you're like super fucking excited. You're like, oh my God, because that's the highlight is like Studio Ghibli coming to Netflix. I immediately clicked on it. Clickbait, right? I fell for the clickbait. I click on the article. I'm scrolling down, like, when is it, looking for a date, right? When is this coming to Netflix? Yep, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, except for the United States. And I'm like, what? Oh, I just got so annoyed. I'm like, come on. Like,
here's what's going to happen. Disney is going to see this, and they're going to send over money to Studio Ghibli to buy them out of whatever contract, and then put it here in the States. Guaranteed, it's going to happen.
On Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus. Yep. Studio Ghibli will be on Disney Plus.
It'll be like the ultimate.
And you know what's going to happen? Netflix is going to go, God damn it. Again.
Yeah.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just, I don't know. It's just like, I've seen all these movies. So it's not like I'm missing out. But the fact that you're telling me on something that we pay for every month, I would have the opportunity, right? I would have the opportunity if I lived in fucking Brazil to watch these said films whenever I want to. Because the great thing about the Studio Ghibli films is each of them is such a unique story that whatever mood that you're feeling in for a movie, you could pick a Studio Ghibli film and watch it. That's what's so amazing.
Any mood that you're in.
Any mood.
Anything, yep. Because they have so many different, yep. You're absolutely right. I never thought of that way. I thought of it that way. But I don't know if my sister is still listening, but she probably doesn't recognize the name Studio Ghibli because she's not a huge anime fan. However,
Strike 74. Fuck.
I know. However, she is a big fan of Spirited Away. I remember when she was little and we were younger, we must have watched Spirited Away over and over and over again. Now, she probably doesn't know, but Spirited Away is a Studio Ghibli film.
Yep.
It's one of their most popular ones, in fact. So, I don't know if she's listening still, but I definitely think that she would be excited if they added it to Disney Plus, because then she could watch Spirited Away, which she hasn't seen in fucking I don't know how long. I've seen most of the Ghibli movies as well. I've seen the big ones like Totoro and Spirited Away.
Totoro.
Kiki. I've seen Kiki. I think the one I haven't seen is probably the one, I forget the name of it. That one with the fish.
Oh, Ponyo.
Yeah, I have not seen Ponyo.
It's good. It's very slow, but it's very, very good. So if you're in a mood just to kind of like sit and chill and enjoy a movie, Ponyo is the one.
Okay.
So if I were to ask you then, since we're on this topic and we're going total Studio Ghibli anime now, what is your favorite Studio Ghibli film?
Honestly, I'm probably gonna have to say Spirited Away.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it because it's dark and odd and twisted, and it keeps my attention. It's just a weird one. I don't.
It's a
I don't know
great
why.
story. It's a fantastic story.
It's a really good story.
Mhm.
And there's so many memorable scenes. Like, just the characters are so cool, and just, I don't know. I really liked it a lot. And it's also has to do with the fact that I have fond memories of just watching it with my sister for over and over again. So that's probably one of my favorites. Totoro is probably a second fave. Kiki's was all right. But yeah, definitely Spirited Away. I watched Mary. No, that's
Mary and the
on
Wildflowers is the secondary studio that made that, but it has pretty
Okay,
much the
'cause
same
that-
people.
that was on Netflix, I think.
Amazing film.
I watched it and it was cute. It was weird, but it was cute, and I liked it. The little boy that kept following her around and shit. It was funny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, it was like a little adventure, the Mary one. I don't remember the whole title. They're always so fucking long. But anyway, yeah. So what about you? What was your favorite Studio Ghibli movie?
My Neighbor Totoro. I love that film.
Abby loves Totoro. She told me she wanted me to draw Totoro with a Mexican sombrero on his head, and she
Yeah.
wanted to get a tattoo of that. So she's a huge fan of Totoro.
Yeah, Totoro is just the best. So it's such a fucking heartwarming. It hits you in the feels, but it doesn't take you away enough to want to stop watching it. I mean, it's deep. It's got a deep mood and a deep story, but it is just fantastic from beginning to end. It's my favorite. I love it.
I think I might watch that one soon because I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do remember I did enjoy it. I saw it, so
Yes.
awesome. So yeah, it's pretty annoying that it's not coming on Netflix, but like you said, Disney's probably already in the works trying to buy them into Disney Plus. So
I think that'd be cool. I think if they can come up with a deal to do that, I think that'd be awesome. I mean, anime is so popular, and there's so many anime platforms. And I know Studio Ghibli is very prone on doing their own thing, and I'm happy for them to do that. But if you're just gonna, not portray to some of your highest viewing audiences, I just think that that's just a huge mistake on such a big platform like Netflix. So hopefully in the future that'll be something, but I guess we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes of it and what portrays. So let's talk about this last one that you had here.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
I wanted to seg before we go to this last one here. I wanted to seg into speaking of, since we're already on the topic of anime.
Okay.
I wanted to kind of just seg into this little game that everybody is playing right now, the Dragon Ball Z game that you said that you were interested in.
I'm so down for this game. I've watched, because when I was sick, all I pretty much did was watch streamers like I normally do. I really wanted to stream, but I didn't want to be coughing and dying, on stream or whatnot. But I was watching one of my favorite streamers play the new Dragon Ball Z, the Kakarot, and it literally just made me want to watch Dragon Ball Z anime. It's literally the entire Dragon Ball Z anime, but it's a video game. It's open world. You don't just play as Kakarot, aka Goku. You play as almost every character in the Dragon Ball Z universe, which is really cool.
It is really cool, yeah. Because my friend Gody, he's a streamer, and he was playing it, and I watched him sit there. And the funny thing is it looks actually pretty difficult in some areas. He was getting his ass fucking kicked.
Oh,
and I just
get wrecked, Cody.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, come on, you can do this. I'm sitting here cheering him on. He must have played the same character over and over and over, died. I ended up passing out trying to, like, because you just want the person to. You just want the person to win.
You are wrecking this kid on stream, talking about how he can't fucking beat this character.
No, first of all, if he were listening right now, he would definitely.
Goaty TV. See, he's not even streaming. He's streaming Molten Core now because poor kid. He's not even streaming it anymore because of that.
He is playing. He's playing WoW right now, but I think he is very, very far along in the game already. If he hasn't beat it, but he was freaking streaming it nonstop, and he did. He ended up finally beating that one guy, but I was just sitting there like. Did you beat him? And he's like, no, not yet. And I'm like, damn it. So, but yeah, it looks really awesome because you can just kind of fly around from like different islands and shit like that. And you look at you can go to Goku's house and stuff like that. And it just looks really cool. So, very colorful. Like you said, it doesn't feel like a video game. It feels like the anime, like you were saying.
Yes.
It feels like you're watching the anime, which is awesome. I love that they did that, and I think that, Dragon Ball Z games kind of follow that same theme. They don't break away from that style of animation. In all of their games, it's always been that way. Obviously, this one is one of the better ones, but I remember playing Dragon Ball Z with you back when we were in high school.
Yes.
Like, we would play, and that animation, it has always been like that in their video game. Am I wrong? Like
no, yeah, it's a solid style. I mean, there's some animes that have a very weird or I would say lazy kind of style, but yeah, this one definitely still holds up pretty well, even with the Dragon Ball Z Super, which is the newest series. It's still pretty damn good. But yeah, no, I was happy about it. I loved when the streamer I was watching got to play Vegeta, because Vegeta is my all-time favorite Dragon Ball character, or Dragon Ball Z character, and it was just really cool to see like the different storylines and the arcs, and all you think about is like, damn, I just want to watch Dragon Ball Z right now. Like, I want to play this, and I'm watching this person play this, but I also, it's like you want to watch it while you play it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have the anime in the background, and then you're actually playing the damn game, and you're trying to keep up. And if you're like, what was his name? Goaty?
Yeah, Goaty.
If you're like Goaty, you're still on episode fucking 1 on the game, and then you're at like episode like 3 million, because there's 100 million filler episodes in Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, I just it looks really good. It's something 100% I will pick up when it's cheaper, because it's something it's one of those games that I feel like I don't want to say like Skyrim, because I know that it won't have that much in it, but I feel like it's something I could just jump into anytime and just have a good time. Like, I'm like, oh, you know what? I really like this story arc. I'm going to play this storyline for a few until I get here, and then, I'll come back and revisit it. And it's just like watching a goddamn Dragon Ball Z episode, right? You're just playing it. So I enjoy that. I think that's going to be a really fun game to pick up later on down the line.
He was so excited. He did like an unboxing on his Twitter, I think, and like took pictures of himself, like selfies with the box. So it was fun. I am not as passionate about Dragon Ball Z as you and he and
Uh-oh. Think we lost Tisa. Tisa. Hold on, guys. We'll be right back here. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're breaking up just a bit. Hold on a sec. Let me see if I can turn you up here.
Sorry. Okay, so
okay, there we go. Yeah, you're good.
My wire on my mic is going out. I need to get a new one. Anyway, I think it's gonna be. Yeah, wires. Okay, I'm good. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. I don't know what the fuck I was saying.
You were talking about the Goaty guy. About him being super excited and
oh yeah, like he
that.
did like an unboxing and shit and took selfies with the box when he got it. So he was super excited. He's an avid, huge fucking Dragon Ball Z super fan. So
sounds like my kind of dude.
Yeah, you guys are probably getting along. So yeah, that was what I wanted to talk about since we were already on the anime subject. But that's not the last thing that I have here. Can you hear me now? Am I good?
Yes. No, you're good. You're
okay.
good. You're good. Yep.
All right, sweet. So, I came across this article and I felt like it was a good little topic to bring up on podcast, just because I'm a huge fan and I know you are of horror movies.
Yes.
So, here we go. So this article states that you can go and visit the actual house that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre took place. You can sleep over in that house in March.
Is it free?
I doubt it. You're probably going to have to pay for it.
So we have to pay to... excuse me. We have to pay to sleep in a crazy, sadistic serial killer house for the night. It's one night? Is it one night?
It's you stay in Texas Chainsaw Massacre house straight from the movie, or is it the actual house? I think it's the actual house.
It says everyone remembers the first time, but it's probably good this spring that we offered opportunity to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre at a house straight out of the movie. At a house straight out of the movie. That is.
Oh, that's not nearly as cool.
No, it says at a house straight out of the movie. So it's not the house; it's a house. How many fucking houses do they have? Anyway, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, you know, if they paid me to do it, I would do it. But me paying to go do it, I feel like, you know, you'll never see me again.
I scrolled down. It says tickets for the first night are $400 a person.
Next topic.
With everything above included, and $350 for the second night. So that's just one night is $400.
Yeah, fuck that.
For both nights, you're paying $750.
Nope, not doing it.
$750, dude.
Well, bless those people's souls. You know what they're doing? What they're doing is they're getting all the crazy people who would do this into one house, and then they're just gonna blow them up. I mean, that's a smart idea.
Oh my god! I hope not. Jesus.
It's a smart idea, actually. You know, get all the crazies out. You know, that's one way to do it, America. I mean,
listen.
Hey,
first of all, if that were the case, they'd have to make it look like an accident. They can't just blow it up.
I mean, they could say that it was the fucking cannibals and, you know, it's the old houses, you know, like generators. You know how much shit they cover up? That would be so easy. It'd be so easy.
You never know. Yeah, article would be like, mysterious house fire burns down extreme Texas Chainsaw Massacre fans and everyone else inside, blah, blah, blah.
Killing 500 weirdos. Well, you know, I mean...
Who paid $750 to be there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The idea of this is definitely interesting. I mean, it piqued my interest, but I'm just kind of at the same time, I'm like,
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Okay.
If it was free and you could stay there and it's like a sweepstakes, you sign up, first come, first serve, and you just so happen to be one of the first people on this list and you could stay there for free, would you do it?
No. I would do it. I would do it for one of two reasons. I would do it, one, if they paid me to do it. Because, shit, people pay you to fucking go live on an exotic island to run a coffee shop, right? But yet you have to pay $700 to stay in this, iconic, killer's house. No. If you pay me to do it, I would do it. The other one would be if it was a competition. Whoever could stay in this house the longest, okay, without like leaving or freaking out, I would do
like
that.
A big brother meets
Survivor, like, hey, whoever
thing.
is the last man standing, or woman, or thing, yes, they get $1 million or something like that. I would do it. I would definitely do it.
So you want to get paid, and you don't want to pay.
Correct. That is the way. That is the way. Yes.
This is the way. Okay.
This is the way.
All right. Well, fair enough. I think that I would pay to stay in there if it was like if they kind of fashioned it into some kind of like horror themed Airbnb kind of thing. I would pay to stay there. If it was somewhere cool, like, hey, replica of Texas Chainsaw Massacre house Airbnb in LA, like $110 a night. Okay, yeah, I'm down. I'll go. But I mean, I'm not spending $750. There's no fucking way.
$700.
It's not even the real house. It's not even the real house.
No, that's what it says. It says
from the movie.
Yeah, it says a massacre at a house straight out of the movie. Yeah, it's not the house. It's not even worth. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it.
I mean, could you imagine if it was the real house? It would probably stink. Nobody would want to stay there. That's bad juju.
It is bad juju.
All people got killed and eaten
and they never found him, did they, Leatherface?
Dude, I don't think so.
They didn't.
It's so scary.
Yeah. They never did. Last he was seen was over, by Wesley Chapel, over by
Shut the fuck up. That's not even funny. That's not funny.
Over by that one street. Where do you live again?
Nope, I'm not telling you.
Over by that one place. Starts with a C, I think.
Nope.
But yeah, so I don't know. It's a unique idea, I guess I could say, but it's nothing that, there's definitely have been better ones. Like, I personally think the one of watching all of Stephen King's movies where you would have to watch it like in 30 days or whatever it was, and they paid you to do that was freaking cool. Like, that is something, of that kind of nature. Like, because a lot of people don't like Stephen King because they think it's too scary. So that would be something, in that nature. But, like, this is just kind of like, I don't know. I guess there's nothing much to do in Texas, besides get the coronavirus. So, is there anything else that you want to mention? Because we already mentioned the only thing that I want to talk about, which is Kakarot, which I'm pretty excited about.
I mean, just the fact that, not really. I know that we talked about everything on the list for our topics, but I just wanted to kind of thank everybody for coming back after our long absence, and thanks for your support while we were gone. But that's all I have for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we're glad to be back. Did you have anything you wanted to add before we head on out of here? Yes.
So, TisaBoBeesa and I have been talking. By talking, I mean within the last hour. So there is a high possibility that we may stream on YouTube. And by high, I mean it's probably like 90%. The reason being, we're going to do some testing. We want to make sure our audio is good. And again, a lot of you have been asking for, seeing our faces and stuff like that. We have a plan and we're working on that, but we are going to do some side videos. It's just obviously I was not feeling well. I'm still not 100%, but we will get to that. So, what we will need you guys to do is still follow our Facebook, because that's where we have most of the people who we have in here. And I'm going to post our Geek Out YouTube, and we are going to let you guys know how it goes, and we will do some testing on the weekend. So that's pretty much it. Besides that, the podcast version and everything like that is still going to be on all of our normal platforms. We'll just take it from there. That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. We're happy to be back and to entertain you. We love you. And don't forget to...
Geek out!
Oh my God. I'm so excited to be back on the air with Spaniard. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gotta fix that wire!
I know.
Fuck.